Now at 6, members of the Meade High School community are mourning the loss of one of their own. We'll show you the growing memorial for the 16-year-old killed in a crash.
More wet weather is on the way, but there will be some breaks. I'll help you plan your weekend around the rain in your First Alert forecast.
And a new grocery store is now open for business in downtown Spokane. Why the owner believes it will make the area safer and more livable for everyone tonight at 6:30. You are watching 4 News Now at 6.
We begin with breaking news. Here's a live look at westbound I-90 near Pines, where a crash is causing a major traffic jam. You can see that there. If you're heading in that direction, you might want to get off on Sullivan and take Indiana to avoid that traffic.
Well, tonight the Meade community is mourning the loss of a 16-year-old student killed in a tragic crash. Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Just 3 weeks ago, Meade High School junior Parker McInerney was celebrating homecoming with friends. And now those friends are paying tribute to the student athlete. Marissa Rio shares what the school is doing to help students navigate the grief of losing a friend and teammate.
Parker McInerney died yesterday morning after the Spokane County Sheriff's Office says his pickup hit a tree on Rudder Parkway near Dorset Road. He was the only person involved in the crash. This new video of the crash scene shows the damage of the impact of the crash had on the tree, which is only a couple feet away from the roadway. The speed limit ranges from 25 to 35 miles per hour along this road, depending on what direction you travel. Deputies are still investigating the cause of the crash. Parker was a football player and competed on the track and field team at Meade High School. He usually parked his truck in this spot in the school parking lot. Tonight, flowers, photos, posters, and letters were arranged in that spot from friends left heartbroken by the sudden loss. Another makeshift memorial is also growing at the crash site, where people have left flowers and a stuffed teddy bear. Meade High School will continue to offer a crisis team as well as school counselors to students and staff who could use guidance on navigating the loss beyond the Thanksgiving break. According to the medical examiner, Parker's death was caused by several blunt force injuries. The sheriff's office is still working to pinpoint what caused his truck to go off the road and hit the tree. In studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. Another swatting incident sent out one of our local schools into lockdown. Liberty Lake Police received a call from someone claiming to be a crisis support staff member at Ridgeline High School. That caller told police they were sent an online message from someone claiming to be armed with guns in one of the school's bathrooms. Jordan Smith shares the reaction from students who experienced that lockdown this morning.
Well, that hoax threat felt very real to some of the students here at Ridgeline High School. I spoke with 2 students who walked me through what that moment was like when that lockdown alarm went off this morning.
Oh, like I texted my mom and stuff and like texted my friends like what's going on.
Students going about their normal morning at Ridgeline High School forced to shelter in place as police responded to a hoax threat from within the school. The caller claimed to be a crisis support staff member who received an online message from someone saying they were armed with an AR-15 and a Glock in the school bathroom, saying they were going to harm several people.
Boom, constant ringing. It was like the lockdown drill, but it was like way louder. So I was like, this feels like really real. And the sub had no idea. Like the sub was super confused. So I was just like, it's gotta be real. So I was just, my heart started pounding a little bit.
Students texting their parents, telling them that they're safe. Once the lockdown was lifted, school resumed normal operations. Many parents, however, arrived to pull their kids out of school for the day. Police say there's no active threat to the community, and they're still investigating the incident. Swatting calls are designed to solicit a massive police response to a fake incident. They stir up fear, and they waste police resources. Many of these calls do come in from overseas, but some are a little bit more local. On November 14th, the Whitman County Sheriff's Department arrested a 15-year-old Garfield teenager in connection to making fake bomb threats and other swatting hoaxes that were sent to police stations all across the country. That 15-year-old facing felony charges. For 4 News Now, I'm Jordan Smith.
Well, Idaho State Police are investigating a crash that killed a child and left 4 people injured north of Sandpoint this morning. The Bonner County Sheriff's Office says the crash happened on Highway 95 in Cindy Lane, about 20 minutes north of Sandpoint. Investigators say a 61-year-old man driving a pickup was heading south when he crossed into the northbound lane to try to pass several cars. That's when he's said to have crashed head-on into an SUV. 4 people were rushed to the hospital, but the child in that SUV was pronounced dead at the scene. Well, love it or hate it, the wet weather will be sticking around for at least part of the weekend.
And some areas may be getting some snow. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast.
Well, I tell you, I bet I know who hates it. The people going to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra concert. I've been watching them walk into the Spokane Arena this evening, and it is absolutely pouring in downtown. I went and looked with my own eyes, other than you can't tell from this camera just how hard it is raining. It's a cold rain. It's 43 degrees. Take a look at the radar and you could see those dark reds indicating moderate to heavy rain throughout the Spokane area, up to Deer Park and Newport, down through Cheney and Davenport. Further to the east, a little bit lighter right around Coeur d'Alene. It is still raining all along I-90. However, that continues all the way to the Montana border. We are looking at more wet weather to come up through this evening. In fact, I don't think it is going to stop until early tomorrow morning. It may taper off from time to time, but if you are looking for an opportunity to get out and stay dry, you might have to wait about 24 hours. Let's take a look at our rain chances for the rest of the evening. 100% through midnight, and then it drops to 90 at 2 a.m. through tomorrow morning. There are some breaks in the wet weather in the forecast. I will let you know how to plan around them in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. A new health clinic is coming to Ferris High School. No word yet on who will operate the clinic. Students will be able to get regular checkups, physicals, and refills on their medications. It will also provide mental health resources. Similar clinics already exist at Shadle Park, North Central, and Rogers High Schools.
Well, still ahead, it's about to get a lot quieter around the Coeur d'Alene airport. How this new tower made out of shipping containers is helping cut down on all the noise. Coming up.
Downtown Spokane is getting ready for the holiday season. I'll share what new events you can expect starting as soon as tomorrow and which streets will be closed to traffic when we come back.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Save your greed! This week on Svengoolie, Bud plus Lou plus Drac plus Frank plus the Wolfman equals Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Guess that combination's enough to scare the shirt right off your back, ain't it?
On the next Svengoolie.
Saturday night at 8 on MeTV 4.2.
This November, stay for less and play for more at the Kootenai Casino. It's time for an autumn getaway. Now is the perfect opportunity to come stay and win. Call us now to book your room starting at just $79 midweek and $99 weekends at the beautiful Kootenai Falls Lodge. And join us for a $10,000 giveaway, Tournament Tuesdays, and November Hot Spins. Put some extra stuffing in your pockets this November, only at the Kootenai Casino. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Welcome to Parker Toyota, the Toyota Truck Center of the Northwest. Our inventory has never been better with a huge selection from stock to fully customized trucks.
And now you can choose between a gas or hybrid powertrain. So whether you're looking for great MPGs or a 12,000-pound towing capacity, we have the truck for you.
Check out the all-new Toyota Tacoma and Tundra at your locally owned Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
You make it through security so fast, the agents applaud. Your travel itineraries are so well written, they're on the bestseller list. And you have access to lounges that don't officially exist. That's why you rent with National, where you can skip the counter and choose any vehicle on the Emerald Isle. Because travel isn't a competition, except that it is. And you're winning.
Chase really knows how to put the heart in your local community. See what I did there? Hey, Jackie. Evan, my guy. You helping them with savings, right? I wish I had somebody like Evan when I started. Somebody just got their first debit card. Ice cream on you? Ooh, tacos. I got you. Wait, hold on. Don't you owe me money?
What?
Your money is a part of your community, so your bank should be too. Like Chase.
92.9 CCU.
Welcome back. Downtown Spokane has been decorating for the holidays in anticipation of a very special guest.
Yep, Santa Claus is making his seasonal debut at River Park Square tomorrow, and Mary Sheridan is live on Post Street in downtown to give us a look around the Merry and Magical Lane. Mary.
Derek, Kirsten, there are 100,000 lights twinkling behind me on Post Street. Take a look. The Merry and Magical Lane runs from Main Street to the railroad, and it's a collaboration between the Downtown Spokane Partnership and Visit Spokane as an effort to bring a little cheer to the community this time of year.
We want to make sure that everyone gets an opportunity to enjoy them, as well as that gloomy season that tends to come right after the new year. So
the Downtown Spokane Partnership has transformed Post Street into a merry and magical lane, just in time for the holidays. Thousands of lights line the trees along the way, accented with holiday greenery and window decorations.
This year we partnered with the property owners here along Post and really did it up. If you look up above the road, you'll actually see lights spanning the street, which is really exciting and a first here in Spokane.
On Saturday, there will be entertainment from local high schools, music, and holiday treats to enjoy along this merry lane. River Park Square will also open its doors to a special guest.
We have a show to welcome Santa that will be hosted by Mrs. Claus, and we'll have the Ferris Dance team and a lot of community performers.
Families have the chance to snag a picture with Santa until December 24th in front of the Christmas tree in the mall, which stands at an impressive 50 feet tall.
This Christmas celebration is definitely a tradition for a lot of families here in Spokane. River Park Square has been here for 50 years now. We're actually celebrating our anniversary, so this is definitely a celebration that we put on every year.
We just really want to invite everyone out. The holidays kick off tomorrow, and then every weekend from here on out, there's lots of stuff happening.
Lots of fun celebrations to look forward to. Now, for tomorrow's event, it's important to note that Post Street will be closed from Main to Riverside starting at 1 p.m. and this will go until the event kind of wraps up around 7:30. So make sure to plan accordingly to that. Live in downtown Spokane, I'm Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Certainly a tradition in my family. Thank you, Mary. Well, Thanksgiving is almost here, and for many that means it's time to roll up your sleeves and start planning your feast. The city of Spokane is sharing some easy tips to make the holiday a success, from preparations to disposal. When it comes to grocery shopping, only buy what you need. That means making a list and sticking to it. If you have unused items, consider donating them to your nearest food bank. And as you prepare your Thanksgiving meal, set aside a bowl and collect all of your food scraps there. Then you can save those for leftovers or put them in your green bin.
Food insecurity is a big deal, and so if we're not maximizing the things that we have and not, using them for other recipes, different things, that's really a shame, right? So we want to make sure that we're getting everything we can out of the food that we do have.
Weekly green bin pickups, and next week, however, the city of Spokane will have a full week of collection in early January. For more tips to help minimize food waste, you can visit our website, kxly.com. And while the holiday season is all about celebrating with friends and family, it is important to be safe on the roads, and that's why the Idaho Transportation Department says there will be more law enforcement officers out there.
Yeah, officers will especially be cracking down on people not wearing their seatbelts. ITD says 85 people in Idaho died in car crashes last year who did not buckle up. It also says wearing your seatbelt lowers the risk of death by 45%, and it lowers the risk of serious injury by 50%.
And your family won't just be spreading holiday cheer, they might also be sharing some germs. And if you want to take steps to protect yourself and others, now is the time to act. Dr. Jennifer Brohl with the American Academy of Family Physicians says vaccination can help protect against flu and COVID-19 for anyone 6 months and older. And there's also an RSV vaccine for pregnant women and older adults.
The best time to get your vaccines this season, if you haven't done so already, is today.
Of course, keeping your hands clean, covering your coughs and sneezes, wearing a mask or staying home if you're sick will also help stop the spread of germs. The CDC says right now RSV cases are up. While COVID and flu activity is low, those numbers do tend to change after big holidays.
We have added to our precipitation total just in the last hour, pushing 3/4 of an inch in Spokane. Our year to date is gaining on average. We may end up getting pretty close to it by the time all things are said and done. I'll tell you about more wet weather in the forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mysticwa Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
Emma? My name's Emma, too. Are you?
Yeah, you. In a few years.
How?
You went back to school. Finished your degree.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
I think the stove was broken. How are we going to get that replaced before the holidays?
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our Black Friday Super Sale and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. We have the largest selection of Bosch induction ranges to choose from on sale now for Black Friday. Plus, when you buy one today, receive a free induction cookware set to go along with your new induction range. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
In every child, there is hope. Our halls see the journey, the determination, and so much potential being unlocked. Our lights shine on the support, the passion, and the progress. Joya is a center of excellence where children reveal their potential. Joya is here to shine the light and to show every child is limitless.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
One great idea can change your life.
Tonight's Shark Tank is all new.
That's the American dream right there.
With guest shark Todd Graves, founder of Raising Cane's.
I want to be on a team with you.
Emmy-winning Shark Tank, new tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Black Friday is almost here, and now is the time to look for deals, especially on new TVs. I will show you how to find the best price and avoid buyer's remorse. That's Monday on Good Morning Northwest.
All right, welcome back. It's going to be another soggy weekend across the inland Northwest.
Chris, I think a lot of the people walking to the concert across the street are hoping for some sun soon.
I feel so bad for them. They are going to be soaking wet in that concert. We do have drier weather ahead for the weekend. We don't dry out completely, but we're in the worst of it right now, or the best of it, depending on your outlook. I think most people across the street at the arena are not very happy. Our Doppler radar showing moderate to heavy rain throughout extreme eastern Washington, all the way down to parts of the Palouse. Dry once we get to Pullman, it's just a few sprinkles. Colfax, not especially wet, but now some of this heavier rain is starting to move into North Idaho. We've got a lot that's moving through upstream before we are going to be done with the heavier rain. 4 things to know about your weather. Saturday showers will keep a good chance of rain through tomorrow morning, and then it really tapers off. Doesn't dry out completely, but we'll get some good long breaks. Mostly dry on Sunday, if not completely dry cooler and drier next week, other than a hit or miss shower. I'll show you that in just a moment. And right now it looks dry for Thanksgiving. In fact, it looks really good for Thanksgiving, including travel across the west. Forecast radar, we have more rain to come in through the overnight, especially in North Idaho. Here's 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, keeping the wet weather going throughout Idaho, and just a sliver in eastern Washington. Most of the area is going to be dry in eastern Washington, and then by noon, almost dry, other than these hit and miss showers at noon. And we'll continue to see some occasional showers through 6 o'clock, especially over the mountains, and the snow level will be dropping. It's been quite high today, up in the 6,000 to 7,000 foot range. Meanwhile, by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, this is additional rainfall, 3/4 of an inch in Spokane, some heavy rain further north, and then a little bit of additional rain Saturday. But again, we are in the worst of it, or the best of it, right now. Going through Sunday into Monday morning, we do have a chance to see a little bit of valley snow, not a lot, but could have an impact on your Monday morning commute. And then an isolated sprinkle or flurry Tuesday, and then we are drying out through Thanksgiving. And look how far you have to travel to find any wet weather. If you're hitting the road for Thanksgiving, right now it looks like you should have some smooth sailing. Snow levels, meanwhile, down to 3,500 feet Saturday. Will be 3,000 feet during the day, Sunday and Monday, but dropping down into some of the higher valleys at night. Your planning forecast, plan on pretty nice weather for Thanksgiving. It is going to be cool, though. Temperatures in the 30s, overnight lows in the 20s. Looking good on Thanksgiving.
We'll take it.
Yeah, the turkey trot will be dry, maybe.
There you go. That's good news for a lot of people. All right, soon there will be more housing options on the University of Idaho campus.
Construction started today on a $162 million housing project that will bring more family and grad-style apartments to the school's South Hill, as well as update 2 undergraduate dorms. Madeline Mullins has more on why the school says an upgrade to these dorms is necessary.
The University of Idaho is growing.
We are in our 7th consecutive semester of enrollment increase, definitely bucking a national trend. And I think it's because we continue to be a great value.
And with that comes growing pains.
These apartments especially were difficult to get into.
To accommodate for the increase in students, last year the university had to rent space at a nearby motel for overflow housing.
It's giving us the opportunity to create some housing that really meets the needs and the expectations of current students.
But now with this housing project, it plans to have more options for students. Some of the housing on the University of Idaho campus has not been redone since the 1970s. Some of it has even been condemned. This family and grad student apartment behind me is one of the buildings that will be part of this remodel. Jody Walker, the U of I Executive Director of Communications, says updates to the family and grad student housing is part of the university's work to be recognized as an R1 research institution.
With that comes a need for graduate students and people doing those higher level degrees and doing research. So this is going to allow us to be able to attract those students.
The other update is for undergraduate dorms. Both Theopolis Tower and the Wallace Residential Complex will be redone.
There's strange things like you have to go through your neighbor's part of the room to get to the bathroom, communal showers that aren't incredibly popular anymore. So it's being able to really upgrade those features.
Walker says the new housing will be available in phases. The apartments will be finished August 2026 and the undergraduate dorms wrapping up August 2027. In Moscow, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, still ahead, we'll take you inside the newest grocery store in downtown Spokane, while the owner hopes it'll help revitalize the area.
It's fun going down the hill. It's like I ride, the wind goes in my face and I'm like, ah.
So sweet. Parents across the country are leaving the cars at home and they're biking with their kids to school. Hear why these families say they love this bike bus program.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Interested in custom design jewelry? We have just 4 easy steps. Step 1, make an appointment or stop by Tracy Jewelers. Step 2, have a design meeting. Step 3, review and approve sketch or CAD drawing. Step 4, select your gemstones. That's it. Pretty soon you'll be unwrapping the jewelry of your dreams.
Tracy Jewelers, marking moments since 1950.
Right now, get a free tankless water heater with every full HVAC system purchase. Call Bills today.
So, boss man, what are we doing today?
Oh, just annual maintenance.
Annual maintenance?
Yeah, the yearly tune-up to keep the heating and cooling stuff running. Wait, you do get tune-ups on your HVAC equipment, right?
Any chance you can come by my house after this and check out my system?
I think it's important for us as tribal people to educate and inform others as to who we are and what we're about. We have a beautiful culture that we respect our lands, we respect our waters.
Our medical center serves Indian and non-Indian. We were the first one in the nation to do that.
We built the $25 million core center for the children.
We also house the Boys and Girls Club out of there.
Our employees here are friendly. It gives you that welcome home feeling.
The holidays.
So happy together.
And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 0% financing on the all-new 2025 Equinox. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
A lot of people have different ways of getting to school. So how do you get your kids to school? Do you take a bus? Do you drive them?
Well, across the country, more families are teaming up and ditching their car keys for bike helmets. ABC's Rena Roy explains the benefits of these bike bus programs and how you can start one in your community.
Wherever they wheel, joy is sure to follow.
Bike bus! Bike bus! Bike bus!
So there's this big group of people that all bike, and then that's what makes it like a bus.
It's fun to have like friends do it and stuff.
Bike bus! Let's go to school!
Bike bus is an organized bike ride to school on a designated route with meeting times. It's usually led by parents or teachers or community members.
Sam Balto is the co-founder of Bike Bus World, what started out as an initiative in his hometown of Portland, Oregon.
All right, have a great day at school, everybody!
Has become a resource for people who want to start riding in their own communities.
Just seeing how my students responded that morning and how the parents and how myself as a teacher felt arriving to school and how different that was than every other morning, I really felt that this was something special.
Bike Bus World co-founder Jessica Tillier started a group in Montclair, New Jersey, currently the biggest bike bus in the U.S.
Our bike bus is now 400 or 500 people strong. It started with 5.
It's grown like wildfire. I couldn't be happier. It's not because of us, it's because of the kids.
The adults helping guide the kids to school.
We realized that we didn't really have the safety infrastructure, and by being out there together, we create a safe environment for families to be able to bike to school.
They say bike buses are a great way to build community and act as a call to action for elected officials to prioritize children's mobility.
So you think about most kids, they're like sitting in a car or sitting in a bus, and then they're exhausted by the time they get to school. Their brain isn't warmed up. When kids finish bike bus and they walk into school, they always say they feel relaxed, energized, and recharged and ready to start their day.
Yeah! And the kids love it.
It's fun going down the hill. It's like I ride, the wind goes in my face and relaxing.
Bike bus, Montclair rocks.
Everybody is wanted. It makes me feel special.
If you're looking to cycle that special feeling through your own town, Balto says to start by teaming up with others who are interested in helping. Then create a route with scheduled meeting times. Make a map and a flyer to help spread the word. And
get out there, be consistent, and just do it.
For additional tips on how to join the movement and ways you can support the bike bus world, visit bikebusworld.org. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Okay, but that just makes you smile.
Pretty awesome, right?
So cute. Well, still ahead, we'll show you how this stack of shipping containers is supposed to help cut down on all the noise around the Coeur d'Alene Airport. That's ahead here on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Wednesday morning on GMA. It's the epic GMA Morning After Dance Party event.
Here we come, GMA.
And all the final dancers will be here live.
Must be fun.
Wednesday morning, only on
Good Morning America.
Dear ski trip, ready for Black Diamond adventure? Let's pack it in with tons of room for the whole crew. And travel first class, all the way to the top. Grand Highlander. Get a great deal on a Toyota Grand Highlander with KBB Best Resale Value. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm JJ. I'm Tyler. We're with Kiona Vineyards, and we're here at Yokes Fresh Market. Our grandparents planted the first vineyard on what would become Red Mountain. Some of our legacy cultivars include Cabernet Sauvignon, Lemberger, and Chenin Blanc. The Lemberger is really exciting, right? It has really high red and blue fruit profile to it. We are a big little winery. Yokes has been a beautiful match for us culturally.
Check out Kiona Wines at Yokes Fresh Market.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
Spokane's grand holiday tradition lives downtown at Christmas Tree Elegance in the Davenport Hotel and River Park Square. Fabulous packages are raffled to support our symphony. Feel the spirit December 3rd through the 15th.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Life happens, and you can't always wait for 2-day free shipping. Instead, head to your local Ace hardware store, where we've got just what you need in stock right now. Our experts give you the knowledge and personal touch you can't find online. And when you need help fixing your broken screen, unclogging that drain, need an extra key made, or that hard-to-find nut or bolt, we're right around the corner with the helpful advice and products you need without the wait.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, every month, an average of 76 women are shot and killed by an intimate partner, according to Everytown for Gun Safety. That's a national gun safety organization.
And to help stop this issue, the organization has awarded $70,000 in grants to 7 organizations nationwide, including Spokane's Regional Domestic Violence Coalition. Marissa Rio joins us in studio now with the impacts this can have on our community.
Well, here in Spokane County, it has the highest reported rates of domestic violence in the state. If you take a look here at these statistics here, Washington State, these are the statistics for Washington State, and these are the statistics for Spokane. Now, these are for per 1,000 residents in Spokane, but Spokane Regional Domestic Violence Coalition is looking forward and already has plans on how it's going to use the grant funding to address this issue.
Domestic violence is a public health issue. 1 in 3 women across the nation are victimized because of domestic violence, and 1 in 7 men.
According to the YWCA, the presence of a gun in a domestic violence situation makes it 5 times more likely that a woman will be killed. To address this issue here in our community, the Spokane Regional Domestic Violence Coalition is using the grant funds to establish a domestic violence fatality review board.
The rates of domestic violence here in Spokane are
fairly high, and we actually don't have a fatality review panel in Spokane that can review these domestic violence homicides.
The group partners with law enforcement and other agencies to focus on prevention and education to end domestic violence. The hope is that by having this panel review cases, they'll be able to understand how these deaths could have been prevented.
By reviewing the case, we're able to see if there were any systems providers who came in contact, if there were any advocates who came in contact, if there was an opportunity to provide services that wasn't taken. And it's not a blame game for anybody. It's simply an opportunity for us to learn better what that story looked like and how we may have been able to intervene before the fatality took place.
Spokane has previously been awarded this grant to help increase the number of gun surrenders from people with DV protection orders. In partnership with the Coalition, YWCA, and Spokane Police, over 200 guns have been taken for safekeeping since May of this year, when they all began collaborating on this work. This shows the vital role these grants can play in addressing these types of issues. The Coalition tells me it's hopeful for the future. In studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Marissa, thank you. A former editor of the Spokesman Review will be sentenced Tuesday after being arrested last year on child pornography charges. This is video from Stephen Smith's first appearance in the case last August. According to the newspaper, Smith intends to change his plea next Tuesday, and he will also be sentenced the same day. Investigators accuse him of having minors send him sexually explicit videos and pictures in exchange for money through Cash App. Smith was the editor of the Spokesman Review from 2002 to 2008. He also taught journalism at the University of Idaho.
Well, if you live near the Coeur d'Alene Airport, you've likely heard the noise of the planes.
Yeah, and many have raised concerns of it getting out of hand. Alexander Conyart shares how a new control tower made out of shipping containers hopes to address this.
On its busiest days, the Coeur d'Alene Airport can see more planes coming through than the Spokane or Boise airports. The increase in flights has led to a need for more traffic control. Rather than waiting for the Federal Aviation Administration, the airport decided to take matters into its own hands.
Our airport director, being very resourceful, was able to get Connex containers and stack them and have them secured to the ground, so that they could put a little tower or a little office up there with glass around it.
A traffic control tower from the FAA could have cost $20 million. This tower was $300,000.
He was so successful at it that the FAA is actually looking at that and possibly making that a model for other airports in the country.
The CDA airport has various purposes. It is the base for the U.S. Forest Service, welcomes commercial flights, or even serves small bush planes. But this air traffic controller is not the only new addition.
This is one of the 18 new hangars that was built at the Coeur d'Alene Airport this month. As you can see, it is specifically for smaller aircraft. This is one of the only places where people can rent out these kind of hangars in our region.
Community has grown, the population has grown in Kootenai County, and that has actually driven the airport growth.
This growth has led to economic benefits, but those who live near the airport have reported it becoming too noisy. The hope is that this tower will address this.
That was part of the reason for having a control tower, because now flights are going to be routed over areas that are less dense.
Since the airport is self-sufficient, no tax dollars were spent on these advancements. The new air traffic control tower will officially start being used this summer. Reporting from Kootenai County, Alexandra Conyarts, 4 News Now.
All right, let's send it over to Chris Crocker now, who is tracking more rain and even some snow in the First Alert Weather Center.
Well, right now it is mostly rain on our Doppler radar. Our snow level up between about 6,000 and 7,000 feet. Raining at a very impressive rate right in Spokane, all the way up through Deer Park, Chewelah, now coming down at a good clip in Newport and moving into Sandpoint. Further to the south, we find the wet weather in Cheney and Plummer. In Coeur d'Alene, things have been a little slow to really get started. We've had some lighter rain, but some of the heavier precipitation has stayed primarily to the east, and we have more coming. However, I think the intensity at which we are seeing this precipitation will not be going much longer. It will taper off a little bit. Our morning Morning lows across the region will be well above freezing with a couple of exceptions. Colville close to freezing, 31 in Bonners Ferry and 27 in Winthrop. High temperatures will be in the 40s, so in some of those northern valleys, if you do get a little bit of snow in the early morning hours, it will be melting as we warm up into the 40s. Your Saturday day planner in Spokane, the best chance of rain will be until about 8 o'clock, and then things really taper off. A sprinkle or two possible. That high of 44 compares to an average high of 40. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, downtown Spokane hasn't had a new grocery store since Rite Aid closed in 2023, but a new business just opened that plans to take its place.
Downtown Grocery 3 is now open right next to the Ridpath Apartments. The store is located on West Sprague on the corner of Sprague and Stevens. Derek Strom explains how the store owner hopes the new business will cut down on crime in the area.
I want to be the service to the people of Spokane and the downtown area.
Downtown Grocery just opened on Sprague Avenue, and its owner hopes the store will help revitalize the downtown area. Owner Sammy Cantiba says he wants to keep the prices at the store low so people living downtown will have an affordable and convenient place to shop.
Before it was like a sleeping area for people outside, so it was turning to not a beautiful thing, but now turning it to a beautiful place and make it very nice. It feels good, even for me to walk, not as the owner, but like, you know, as a citizen of Spokane.
Now, the owner of the store doesn't just want to use this space as a grocery store, but he hopes to add a laundromat and a liquor store to this place as well. Cantiba says he talked with people living in nearby apartments about what they needed the most in their neighborhood.
The main thing they said was the grocery, then having the laundromat would take some burden out of them instead of, carrying the clothes and traveling. That's a very difficult thing, and that's the goal.
Cantiba says construction is almost finished for the laundromat as well as the liquor store that will be part of the same space. He just needs the permits from the city to open those businesses. Cantiba hopes opening this store and eventually opening the laundromat and liquor store will be a small step towards making Spokane a better place.
When we face problems like this, we don't run away from it. And by just persisting and believing, it will restore again and it will be a beautiful place. So.
He acknowledges some of the concerns people have about visiting downtown Spokane, but he plans to hire a security team to protect the store and help people feel safe. In downtown Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, high school football continues tonight with the Idaho State Championships.
And Jack, we have just one local team still competing for a state crown.
That's true. It's the Kendrick Tigers looking for their 4th straight ring tonight atop the 2A bracket in their first season in that one. After the break, check out an update on if the Tigers pulled off another win, plus more from Gonzaga Prep's quarterfinal, and a look ahead to Idaho's last regular season game.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
Babe, the dryer is still not working. What are we going to do with the holidays coming?
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our Black Friday super sale and experience unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock Get It Today inventory in our region. Introducing the new Electrolux 700 Series Alpine Green Washer and Dryer. This washer has an industry exclusive 2 ways to sanitize, making it the most efficient washer on the market. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value, plus no monthly payments until next year. See your local GMC dealer.
We are bringing caring for the person who is dying back into their own family.
It's all about
the person that's leaving this world, but it's equally about the family.
With the necessary supports to assure their comfort, symptom management, and accompaniment as they walk through those final days that for many can be very scary. With caring support can really be the fullness of living as a person dies.
Next ET, our Hawaii week wraps up in Honolulu at the Moana 2 premiere. Plus, the Beatles' connection to the Aloha State, our exclusive with Ringo Starr.
We're like full brothers.
Next
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Black Friday is almost here, and now's the time to look for deals, especially on new TVs. I will show you how to find the best price and avoid buyer's remorse. That's Monday on Good Morning Northwest.
The last 3 seasons, the 1A D2 level state football champion in Idaho was no question, the Kendrick Tigers. But this season, their first at the 2A level has been no trouble. As their only loss this year, they avenged in their semifinal win at Logos. Tonight presents a chance for another ring. And after an 8-8 tie late in the first quarter, this game just wrapped up. Kendrick never looked back. Tigers surged ahead to lead 36-8 at halftime and then complete their four-peat 50-14, just now finishing in the Kibbe Dome, a resounding victory. This makes the Tigers 36-1 in their last 37 games, and they're winning the 11th game of this season. Congratulations to the Kendrick Tigers on their first state title in the 2A classification, again, in their first year competing at this level. In the 4A Washington playoffs, we only have one local team left in that bracket. It's the Gonzaga Prep Bullpups in the quarterfinals. Here's a score update at the end of the first quarter. We're tied at 6-all after a Bullpup touchdown and a Lancer kickoff return score to reply. Both Gonzaga Prep and Kennedy Catholic lost in last season's quarterfinals, so tonight's battle is a huge one to see if the Lancers can make the semifinals twice in the last 3 years, or if the Bullpups can break their 4 straight quarterfinal bowouts. We'll have a final update in 4 News Now Nightside. The Idaho Vandals enter this weekend as a solid seeded team in the FCS playoffs, set for a first-round bye into the round of 16. All of this, though, could hinge on their massive rivalry game at the Idaho State Bengals in Pocatello tomorrow. And a win would clinch 3 straight W's at the ICCU Dome for the first time since the mid-1990s. We spoke with head coach Jason Eck earlier this week on their fantastic fan support this season and how big this game is for the whole Gem State.
Yeah, I mean, we had a great crowd of Vandals down there 2 years ago, which was my first year as the head coach. I thought, there's a lot of Vandals down there in southern Idaho, whether it's Pocatello, Idaho Falls, Twin Falls. Not too bad of a drive for Boise, probably an easier drive for them to drive over there. So hoping we'll see a lot of, black and gold mixed into their orange there in the stadium, because that can definitely give us a boost.
The Vandals are 9-3 all-time against the Bengals, a perfect 6-0 in Moscow, and an even 3-3 on the road. But 2 of those 3 wins are in the last 2 meetings down south. Kickoff for the regular season finale is tomorrow at 3:00 p.m. And Sunday is the FCS playoff selection show, bright and early, 9:30 a.m. here on the West Coast. The current playoff bracketology has Idaho as the number 6 seed and hosting the winner of 11-seeded Southeast Missouri and Eastern Kentucky.
All right, Jack, thank you so much. Well, whether you're a ski bum or a wakeboarder, this week's Air 4 Adventure is a great place to visit any time of year.
Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone over Priest Lake.
People love coming to Priest Lake in the wintertime. It's a winter wonderland. I mean, this year in particular, we've been getting 8 to 10 inches of snow a week since about Thanksgiving. And you can see we're just buried. People just like being outside. All the activities we can to bring economic growth to Priest Lake, and cross-country skiing is just part of the plan. Just the freedom of being out there, and if you have a dog that wants to run with you, and you can go, and it gets your heart rate up and keeps you energized, and it keeps you in shape. And I like it the best, of course, when the sun's out and you can see what you're doing. We have a nice freshly groomed trail. That's my favorite part. Doing the grooming for around 20 years, our Nordic clubs got really strong in the last 10. We've picked up a new grooming equipment from the state of Idaho. We're a park and ski area where you buy a park and ski pass which covers the entire state of Idaho and all the different cross-country ski groomed areas, so you don't have to pay at each spot, and we're part of that program. So we have a new roller that's about 8 feet wide, and we drag it behind a side-by-side vehicle that has tracks on it, and we'll drag the roller first, which will compress the snow and make a nice flat trail behind it. Then once we set that and get it flat, then we'll come back through and we'll do it again, but we'll do it and we'll set classic ski lanes, which are just 2 parallel lines that are maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches deep, so that when you're actually skiing and gliding, your skis stay going in a straight line. And the golf course is an 18-hole golf course in the summertime and a Nordic Center in the wintertime. Try and groom it every Thursday or Friday coming into the weekend, so it's set for the weekend. There's probably a total of 10 kilometers worth of trails that circle around through there. People really like just getting away, and we're only an hour and a half from Spokane, so it's not a long ways away. But when you come up here, it's worlds away, because we're Idaho's crown jewel, Priest Lake, Idaho.
You can say that again. Priest Lake, beautiful 12 months out of the year. Continuing to rain in Spokane. I keep adding to this number. We've finally hit 12 inches for the year so far. Still behind average, but there is more rain to fall. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Santa returns to River Park Square on Saturday, November 23rd, presented by STCU. Festivities begin at 3 o'clock, and Santa arrives to light the tree at 5, with special guest appearances by the Ferris Dance Team, Cheney High School Choir, the wonderful Mrs. Claus, and so much more. Visit riverparksquare.com to plan your Holly Jolly holiday season and to reserve your time for Santa photos. Enjoy the magic of the season at River Park Square.
The holidays, and holiday trips, and holiday toys, and holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Sandpoint Furniture, the name that has always been synonymous with high-quality home furnishings matched with sensible pricing. Our customers from all over the Northern Panhandle and the Spokane area have discovered that it's well worth their time to make the trip to our beautiful showroom to find just the piece that they've been looking for. You'll also love our friendly, experienced sales staff who can show you all the unique choices that our 30,000 square foot store has to offer. And Sandpoint Furniture has a reliable delivery service, the first-rate install team as well. So make that drive to Sandpoint Furniture. They've been making your house a home for almost 80 years now.
This is important information from AARP and BECU. November is National Family Caregivers Month, a month to showcase the important work that more than 820,000 Washingtonians do every day to take care of our loved ones at home where they want to be. You may not think of yourself as a caregiver, but if you're helping someone with daily activities like getting dressed, managing medication, and providing transportation to and from appointments, then you are a caregiver, and help is available. Find tools and tips at this website.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox Premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market, with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
Boy, if you are tucked in for the evening, watching 4 News Now and have no plans to go anywhere, then you have got the right idea. It is a dark and damp night across the inland Northwest. This is the view of the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. Of course, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra is amazing, but they are paying for that walk from the outskirt parking lot to the arena in the pouring rain. It is going to lighten up just a little bit in the next hour or so. We're zoomed in on our radar. You can see the heavier bands of precipitation. There's a back end to it as it lifts further into northern Spokane County, Pend Oreille County, and starting to move a little bit to the east. And some of that heavier rain will be picking up in North Idaho. Upstream, there's still some wet weather to move through, but it is going to lighten up just a little bit, but it's going to be a while before it dissipates completely. Our chance of rain Friday night into Saturday morning is very, very high, but then it's going to drop off quite a bit after about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. In Spokane and points to the east, North Idaho, it's going to continue to be a wet morning. Your weekend forecast, 45 degrees on Saturday, that 90% chance of rain for Spokane. Most of our possibility of getting wet weather is going to be right up until breakfast time, and then the odds decrease rapidly. Sunday, right now, just looks like we have the possibility of a sprinkle or two. Otherwise, mostly dry conditions, and it looks like we're going to be staying mostly dry. But let's talk about the next 24 hours. That's where a lot of the action is, with that wet weather streaming in overnight. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Most of the wet weather in North Idaho. Then we dry out more significantly, but not completely. Those hit and miss showers continuing. Now, snow levels. Today, they have been extremely high, between about 6,000 and 7,000 feet. Tomorrow, back down to 3,500. So that brings it back into the ski areas. By Sunday morning, it's going to be down around right at the top of some of the highest valleys, up to 3,000 feet Sunday. And then Monday morning, we have a chance of snow, with the snow level down around 2,500 feet for accumulating snow. You could see some snow mixing in with the rain or non-accumulating snow at your house. 3,000 feet during the day, and then it continues to drop, but so does our chance of precipitation. We are going to be mostly dry after Monday morning, if not completely dry. Best chance of precipitation will be over the mountains, and Thanksgiving is looking really good. A chilly start at 27, a high of 37, actually not too far below average. Our average high starting tomorrow is in the 30s as we get closer to winter. Derek?
Well, before we go to a break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for your Friday night.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value. Plus, no monthly payments until next year.
Shop Pink Friday deals at Dave Smith.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, spirited Accord hybrid, sporty Civic hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait. Turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Cheney, Medical Lake, and the whole Airway Heights area have become a special place in our story. First, it was the place where my dad started Holiday Heating and Cooling. He walked the streets, going door to door, seeing if anyone needed help with their heating and air conditioning. And then there's my story. Cheney is where I grew up, went to school, and finished my degree in mechanical engineering. That helped give me the foundation for what I do today. Now, taking Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric to the next generation. It's a special place in my heart, and Holiday is proud to be part of this community.
4 News Now is brought to you by Whitworth University.
That graphic for Saturday makes it look like it's going to rain all day like it has today. But we're mostly going to be done through tomorrow morning, and then we'll get a nice long break.
Okay, let's